Hi, my name's Dan Waters, and this is the first of what I hope will be many videos outlining how to finish the first draft of your novel. So these videos, I guess I'm really doing these to help other writers who might be in a similar position as me, who have started work on their first draft but haven't completed it. So that's the stage where I'm at with my novel. I've done 70,000 words, and I've pretty much completed my first draft, but there's a lot of issues that I've identified at this point that need to be fixed to be able to get it to a point where I can really just even get it to an editor for further correcting. So I'm going to document the process on how I go about correcting the problems with this draft as it stands, and I'm going to be showing that process to you as I go through that. I expect it to take around about 2 to 3 months. I'm going to try and compress that down as much as I can into the next 3 weeks because I've really got some tight deadlines on. So the reason I expect the book to take that long to get to the point where it's publishable is that I do have a full-time job, and my wife and I also run a business. So at this stage, I've been working on the book for a number of years, putting this together, both the plotting process and the writing itself. I did a lot of plotting to start this book before I even got into the writing side of things. I did about 11,000 words of plotting, which is probably overkill. I hadn't really plotted a book in that much detail before, and I think I did go overboard in hindsight. And as I said earlier, the plot has actually, as I've written the book, has gone off track from the original plot plan. So having said all that, I'm going to take you into Scrivener now, which is the program I use for writing. And I'm going to take you through the book, show you how it stands at this stage. I'm going to talk about the first few steps I'm going to take over this coming weekend on how to improve this first draft. Okay, so this is my Scrivener document, and you can see here in the center of the screen we have the main text for the book, and then to the left all the chapter sections. So the problem with this first draft, as I said before, is that while we've got the content here, I have to make that content flow through the book from chapter to chapter. I've also got within each of these sections of the book, you can see a note here to edit the below or get rid of it or have another character saying it. So I've got questions on what to do with that content, how to treat that in the book, what's the best way of presenting that to the reader. Towards the end of the book, you can see it thins out here. This is the last act, if you like. In this last act, it's very short, needs to be fleshed out more, and I need that plot to drive towards an endpoint. So a lot of the problems I'm having are big picture problems, which leads me to think that I need to address the overall plot, the ending of the book, the characters themselves, and then I can start to work in each of these chapters to pull it all together. So that's all I have for you today on this video about how to fix your first draft. My next video will be over this weekend. I'll be working on the book, ironing out some of these kinks. I'll show you what I've done, and I'll talk about any other problems that have come up through that process. This is my first YouTube video, so I think you can comment in the box below. If you're experiencing some of these problems with your first draft, I'd love to hear from you. And if you've gotten past some of these problems, please feel free to share your experience on ways that have worked for you to get your book to a point where you have published or you're close to publishing. So thanks for watching, and keep writing.